Alrighty. We're live. Y'all, I didn't even get to... What's going on with my TikTok camera? Ooh. I didn't even get to go live when I was in the trade. The trade, I got entered, and in literally 6 minutes, we hit my target. So let's talk about what happened today. I made $1,800 on the eval, $1,870. So I'm up almost $4,000. So I need another $5,100 to pass this funded account. So what did I see? I did get in early. I got in at 9:57, 3 minutes early. So we ran down at 9:30, and then with this big fair value gap, I didn't think it was going to be one of those days where we take up all the highs. Either way, you didn't know how high we were going to go. We have no change in same delivery. We don't have anything like that to tell us. So I waited for SMT on the upside. Again, SMT is your reversal best friend. We didn't go up into this breaker on NQ, but we did on ES. And then I just waited for one displacement candle to the downside, which was this one, left for value gap. I get in right when that candle closed. I have a bracket set for 150 ticks, 150, 300, and I just had it set. I think I sold a little bit before my TP. Maybe my TP was like here. I sold a little bit before because that has been my problem this week, not selling at TP2. However, I held it almost TP2. Like usually I sell right at TP1, both of them almost. That's why I made $1,000 yesterday, and it's like a $1,500 Tuesday, but I almost got to my 2K. So yeah, that was the trade. So it's looking good. I'm up, like I said, almost 4K on the account. I have to make 9K on a 150K account. I'm pretty sure I had this up yesterday. Yeah, I have to make 9K. So I'm already up almost $4,000. So let's see if we can get to 5 tomorrow. Would be nice. And then I'm just halfway there by next week. I thought about going up on lot sizes on contracts, like maybe doing 3 and selling 2 at TP1 and then the last one at TP2. Just scared of drawdown, but we didn't have any today. We didn't have any yesterday either, but on Tuesday I had a lot of drawdown. But the drawdown is 3K. I think I was at, daily loss was almost 4K, so I wasn't even close. I think I was at like $1,700 in drawdown before I went my way, so I probably could go at one more contract. But yeah, I'm trading good. I'm trading like I'm supposed to be. I really wanted to go live, but like I said, I got on the chart. I got in the trade. Like I said, I get in the trade now without being on live for like trolls and stuff. But then it hit my TP in like 2 minutes. So I couldn't even, like I waited for this candle and then I was like, oh my gosh, I should go live. And this candle just to my TP. So I'm live now if you want to ask any questions. I did not go live back testing last night. I really needed a break. I'm sorry. Yeah, I needed a break, so I did. But yeah, I had a feeling we could go lower. We really could, but I knew we wanted to sweep this sell side first. And then that wasn't even my TP1. My TP1 was like down here. This is a sell side. This is a breaker from yesterday. Because on the 4 hour and stuff, it still looked like we wanted to go up. But me, like I said, everyone's like, trade the trend. I just trade whatever setup I get at 10 o'clock and I'm done. I don't like waiting for a setup. You can wait, but I think, and this wasn't a bad wait, obviously. This is probably still going to be a good 10 a.m. reversal. We just inverse this for value gap, or we haven't yet. We have 1 minute and 50 seconds. So I could have waited for that. That might be the trade that we want to go higher out of this breaker. Because on all the higher time frames, if you want to see, we're very bullish. Then we have that 9 a.m. candle, 1 hour candle. And then this is the 6 to 10, 4 hour candle. So we came back into this 4 hour for value gap, which I think I have marked. Or 1 hour there's a 1 hour for value gap. It lines up with the 4 hour for value gap. Came into it. Now we hopefully should push to continue higher. So if you were very, very bullish today, I think you're gonna get a nice move now, which is usually why I trade the 10 a.m. reversal. I did get in 3 minutes early, but it did pay off because I had a feeling we were just gonna go down to this breaker because we didn't hit the breaker on either one at the time. This is the breaker on ES, and this is the breaker on the Q. This yellow line, we just had not hit it yet, and we were so close. So I just had a feeling we were gonna pull back and just hit it, keep it cute, keep it quick. Not my usual setup. Have not inverses for value gap yet, y'all. So. Because yesterday, that was the thing yesterday. So yesterday, I played the 10 a.m. reversal easily. And everyone lost. Like, so many good traders I followed lost because they were just waiting for, they wait for like this. Like, they trade, like Tanya trades, this is like her strategy. Like, she'll wait for it to come back into a fair value gap. And she's obviously profitable. She kills it. But for me, I just feel like sometimes you just wait for so many setups where yesterday, the fair value gap was so high that I took this trade up to it. I didn't have to wait for it. Because if you waited for it, you didn't even get your full move down. That's why a lot of these people lost yesterday. You just never know. So for me, like waiting for stuff helps with patience for sure. But waiting for stuff sometimes for me is like, you don't know. Like we could have ran through this, which I was hoping we did run through it and go all the way to these highs, but we did not. You know what I'm saying? So I just took this move from here to here. And my little bracket is like perfect. It like gives me a nice small-ish, big-ish move, and then a nice big-ish stop loss. And if I wanted this, I did get it. See, my trade was the trade of the day. The 10 a.m. reversal just played out all day, and everyone kept getting sells like here. They got sells here. You know, I think Canona Trader got in sells somewhere. He lost 3 times yesterday. Obviously, this I thought price action was clean yesterday. Everyone was like, I don't know what you saw. We had SMT at 9:30. All the 9:30 traders, and like I think Kuitao trying to get in here with a tight stop loss on the 1 minute and got stopped out by this candle, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure he gets on before 9:30. You should have bought sells right at 9:30. We came up, got a little Judas swing up into this fair value gap. Even if you waited a minute or two on the 1 minute, because he trades the 1 minute, you should have easily gotten in this trade at the top. Then we got our 10 a.m. reversal, and even if I held my trade, I wouldn't have been stopped out, and it just would have played out all day to my final TP. I just didn't realize it hit. And then in the PM, you got the reversal. That's why my 10 a.m. is just the best time to trade. A lot of people do trade these 10 a.m. these reversals. That I see people recap in the afternoon, and they just take it liquidity to like liquidity fair. But for me, you know what I mean? Like to catch the one big trade of the day, and then this was a 4-hour fair value gap we bounced out of too. Like that's bread and butter ICT. I don't understand how everyone missed it yesterday. All the ICT traders, 4-hour fair value gap was gonna trump anything. So why were you looking for sells? We already hit a big bullish 4-hour fair value gap, which means in the higher time frame we tap into a bullish fair value gap to go up the rest of the day. That's literally what that means. But a lot of people missed it. I also didn't hold it. I wasn't as confident in the price action yesterday either, so I can't lie. I sold both at TP1, which was this swing high here. So I didn't hold. My TP2 was just the top of the fill gap, what my bracket said. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat. What'd you say? Does setting limit buys work better for you? I don't. No, I don't. I used to. So setting limit orders would help when I was a fair value gap trader like this. So if I was waiting for this fair value gap to be tapped, I'd have my limit order set. But now I trade mostly IFVGs now. So you can have an order limit set. You have to wait for it to candle close above, or I waited for displacement. I get in. I don't wait for pullbacks anymore. Like on ES, you got to pull back to the fair value gap. I got in as soon as we got that displacement. Obviously on NQ though, not on ES. So I just set market orders. I do have brackets set for me though. All right, there's our 10 a.m. reversal. So I mean, now this is the fair value gap. So if you're still bearish, like Tanya trades, a lot of them people they're entering here to go down to this bottom. But we inverse this 3-minute IFVG. I feel like, and we tapped into, like I said, I love this higher time frame indicator I have here. We tapped into this hour fair value gap on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, and we already pushed at the 4 hour, but we do have this big wick on the 4 hour too, and we came down the 1 hour, so it could be either or. So do with that what you will. But I think we have a nice displacement through the 3-minute IFVG, making another fair value gap. And we can just push. Our change in the state delivery though isn't until way up here, which sucks. So I guess this would be a good sign to get sales if you are really confident in it, because we did not change state delivery yet, but I would wait. But again, I got my trade, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't do limit orders. I come in, like, let me go to my simulator account, and I do brackets like this.
Order filled.
And then it just does it like that for me. And then I move them if I need to. I try to keep them because there's a lot of ticks. However, sometimes, I have to move to the swing high and then move my TP2 and 1 down to balance out this. Because this distance is the same distance from this, and then the same distance, another distance from this. That's how I trade. But I don't do limit orders anymore. Up $200.
Order filled.
But yeah, I don't do limit orders anymore. But I used to when I traded options, I used to just have it set my whole bracket, and just go watch TV. It was great. But lately, I feel like sometimes you don't, like, say this was your breaker, it came back to the breaker, but say you're waiting for this fair value gap tap way up here, you never got it. Or you could be waiting for it, and then that's where you get your sales from. I don't know. But for me, if we already came all the way down here, if we come all the way up here, I mean, I feel like we would at least take out some liquidity. I don't know. I don't care. Like I said, I'm taking these nice little moves now. I'm trying to, I honestly would love to be like a scalper with ICT concepts. Like play off something like a fair value gap or like an IFEG like this one. We inverse this IFEG here, even though we got a long candle out of it, and just play the next candle. I don't know. It's a little harder to do, however. Just depends. Like, we're in a place where we could be bearish, we could be bullish, but I feel like we're bullish. I just caught that extra trade down because I had a feeling we were going down more into this fair value gap. So yeah, this is this fair value gap I marked, the hourly one. I didn't mark the 4-hour one, but I didn't realize it did line up with the 4-hour one, which you love. That's a good sign for, like, hey, thank you for the gifts, or whatever that sound was. Looking like we're really gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So I just caught that extra down, and then we have 2 fair value gaps that line up. So if people are looking for sells in that 3-minute fair value gap I just sold off of to show y'all, I don't know. Like I said, Tanya trades, makes more money than me, so does Kadona trades. So there's a lot of people. Kuita does not, though. So, especially because people like that have so much money, they can just play a sell with 4 or 5 contracts, take it, 2 candles, and made more than my whole bigger trade than theirs, so. Actually, look like it's pushing lower. So, like I said, I knew we were going lower here. Here, I don't know. And that's fine. If they know, if they feel comfortable and know it's going down again, boom, then, it's going down again. So that trade I just took would have, gone crazy. Now, we need to inverse this green fair value gap, which it looks like we are. As I said, it's just too much going on here. Like here, boom, now we inversed it. So yeah, we're probably pushing. See, Tanya's probably live right now, taking this trade. I used to try to trade with Tanya, but she's really patient, and I love that for her, and I'm not. Like, I would have been like, I would have took this, which I did. I took this and I'm done, versus waiting for this. But she's probably in this, killing it. She might have sold here for 10K and then TP1 hit, waiting for the second one. I don't know. Can you tell me how you do the red and green indicators that says closed? Wait, which one? Oh, it's not an indicator. It's a draw tool. So when you get on TradingView, you can draw lines. So you should favorite them. Like, you can draw lines, you can draw squares. You see I drew my lines. This red and green tool is just your position tool. It's not an indicator, it's a drawing, so you have to put it on your chart. Yeah. So when you start with TradingView, you need to have your favorites. Like, you should always have a square, star. You should always have a line. Star a trend line, star a horizontal ray for sure. You might not need the other ones. And then you go to your position tool, long position, short position, star them. And that's it. It's just a drawing. It's not anything. It's not an indicator that automatically comes up. So this is what I've been talking about when, I'm glad you asked. When you're learning how to trade and you sit on the chart for just a month without taking trades, you'll just use this tool. Oof. I mean, it went down good enough. I had a feeling though for the buyers, we came down to this where I got to retest it and gone up. So I hope no one lost that sell trade. But again, I don't care. I already took my trade. Like I said, I have to get in early because sometimes the market, like yesterday, will just do shit the rest of the day. You're fucked. You gotta get in the first hour, in my opinion. But then some days 11 and noon give you the big setup of the day. So who's to say? But yeah, basically what I did when I started trading, I learned ICT concepts and I saw once I understood, once it clicked for me, I sat on the chart for a month with my long and short tool. And I just was like taking a trade like this, not actually executing, not paper trading, saying, oh, I see this, and then you play it out, and you're like, oh, I was wrong. What was wrong? And you journal it and you learn. And then same thing on the other side, you'll do your short tool, and then you'll be like, oh, I took a trade today, this one was right, and you journal it without even losing money, without risking money. You can just see if you can catch it. 'Cause that's the hardest part, catching on the chart. I know I tried to read my way into being good at a lot of things, but trading, the one thing that helps is like getting in on the chart because it's prints in real time. Like at the end of the day, I can easily say, oh, at 2 p.m. we caught this trade, but like, you don't know. There's nothing to the left, to the right. You need to be able to catch it in real time. And then that's what you do. Thank you so much. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest. Yeah, it's just a long position, short position. And then you just practice. And then I just show mine because I showed you a trade I took on Ninja Trader, which is funny because I'll be on live and people are like, oh, do you even take trades? I'm like, yes. If there's a long on the chart, I took a trade. Same with Antonio. He trades options, so he has to execute somewhere else. And people will ask him if he's in a trade, and I'd be like, there is a long or short position on the screen. He's probably in a trade. But yeah, I'm not in this trade for those who know. I took this trade. I'm done. That's just playing out. I took this trade. Kept it quick. Are you in a trade? No, I was just saying that. Yeah. No, I took a trade already. I couldn't go on live before because my trade, I got in the entry and I was getting ready to go live and then it just tanked and hit my TP. I took this trade. So my analysis was we ran down at 9:30. We didn't take out anything I wanted. We didn't hit this breaker. We didn't hit this 1 hour, 4 hour gap. We didn't hit nothing. So then we have this big fair value gap here, so we were obviously going up to it. I didn't get any buys because I'm like, you don't know if it's gonna go up yet. I wanted it to take out that breaker and hit the 4 hour fair value gap. So I waited for just one displacement candle back down. Like once we finally did our little pullback. Oh, and S&T. ES hit the breaker on the upside and NQ did not. The breaker on NQ is this white box. We did not hit the breakers, so that's our S&T. And then I waited for one displacement candle just to confirm that we're going down instead of like a small choppy candle down. And then I got in right there. And then it went to, I saw like almost 1 to 2 and made $1,800. What do I trade? NASDAQ futures. And if you want to see my execution, it's there. A beautiful little move down. Called it like snipes with the snipes. So yeah, which is not my usual setup. I've gotten good at continuation plays after being scared of them. I'm not a continuation play trader. I'm a reversal trader. But I was hoping we didn't have no fair value gaps for me to inverse. That would have been an easy like continuation. Like you love a continuation that gives you still a reversal. Like it goes up and then gives me a reversal. And it didn't give me one, but I just waited for the displacement candle. If it did just hit this line, I would have sold a little bit. But it kind of ran through it to my TP, so I didn't have to sell early. But if it didn't and just went to sweep this liquidity, I was ready to sell for like, $1,000. But it actually did hit my TP. I think my TP was 2 by like a tick. Sniper. But I just sold like 10 ticks earlier because it came close and then it started pulling back a little bit. And I was like, let me just sell because it's so close. It's so many different ways to trade. I'm trying to figure out exactly. That's the first step in trading, finding out what works for you, because before you get on the chart, cause I think that's the hardest part. That's what I did in 2020. That's why it takes a lot of people years to trade. We like, oh, I want to learn how to trade, and we start sitting on the chart trying to figure it out. Absolutely not. Go to YouTube first and watch a bunch of strategies until it clicks for you, because you need to get on the chart knowing what you want to see first, because you're still going to be unprofitable even when you know what you want to see. We see it all the time. So that's why you need to, if you just get on knowing nothing, is even worse and a slower learning curve, versus if you can get on and say, oh, I see a fair value gap. Oh, I see we tapped into it and then gone. What would I enter? When you can see stuff, and then you'll start practicing, like, I would enter here. I would enter here. I would take profit here. My stop loss would be, and then you'll learn. You'll learn things. You need to know you need to be able to see your strategy, because then you have to have a learning curve of executing your strategy. And if you don't have a strategy and get on a chart, you're gonna be like, what is this? Like, I know when my friends see this, they're like, what is that? But for me, I see it like clearly. So yeah, I need $5,000 and like $53 to pass this funded account. So let's go. I took that short. Let's go. Yeah, Canona took that short. Let's go. Great trade. I don't know if anyone's in shorts on this fair value gap, but I hope it goes your way. It kind of is. This wick was a little scary, but yeah, I took the short for sure. Like this short, like I said, I don't know if it's gonna hold. I don't know if the buy is gonna hold, because we did come in this 4-hour and 1-hour fair value gap and inverse this 3-minute fair value gap, and now we're bouncing between these two, inversed and the respective one. So I do feel, like I said, people are entering this short though. I think they are. But for me, I wouldn't be sure of this short. But if they are sure, they're short. But this one was more short for me. But yeah, easy 10-minute, not even, like 6-minute work day, which is great. And yeah, just find a strategy that works, it doesn't, and then you might have to, someone on Twitter said killing it. Yeah, and this is my problem with trading too, because I'm 4 for 4 this week. I have not lost a trade this week. But then I'll take one loss and paper trade for 2 weeks. Like, there's no need, because when I'm on, I'm so on. I just need to be a better loser. I'm reading The Mental Game of Trading right now. A really good book. And then I'm going to read the trading book about being a loser. I have a screenshot of it, but I can't remember what it's called. The biggest loser wins. I'm definitely reading that next, because it really sucks, because I could be so much further. Not so much further. I'm already pretty far. But just like, I just let the losers get to me. And it's like, you're going to lose sometimes. Like, please relax. And it's not even a lot, y'all. It's like, I don't even lose that much, is the crazy part about it. I get it if I was losing a lot. But I take one loss, and then I would take another one, emotionally losing. But it's still only like 2 or 3. Maybe for every 5-10 trades I win, I'll maybe take 3 losses, maybe 4. And the 3 to 4 are me being emotionally crazy. 1 is a legit loss. And then I let that loss spiral me into 3 stupid losses. Does that make sense? So really, it would be like 1 loss, regroup, take a good trade. Okay, that sell trade is when I kid you not, I bet you Tanya's in this trade. And like I said, she might have even sold here, because guess what? She is probably trading with way more contracts than me. Which is the good part about it. That's why when people start off scalpers, I'm like, I don't know how you start off as a scalper, but I get why other people do it. Because say 2 years from now, I'm trading $1 million account and I move, and then this one little ass candle is 10K for me. I might just be like, all right, I'm done. Because I've seen people do that. And that's why I don't like trading Discords, because they have just so much money that they don't hold trades enough. So then when you copy trade with them, you only made $20 versus the 100 you would have made holding your trade. But for them, they already made, a month's salary, so they're selling. Like Charlize FX does that. But I like Charlize FX because she'll fully analyze the entire trade for you. So as a beginner, she might not. As a beginner, you can hold the trade, but she won't. You see what I'm saying? Versus like Steph trades, who takes these 15-second scalps that you will never be able to copy. So that's a difference. I used to watch Tanya trades, but I don't watch traders anymore because we all trade a little different. I think the closest people who trade to me that I can watch is you, and there's one more person. There's a few people who, like I said, I like to trade people who trade with me, and Tanya's way more patient than me. Like, I like to get in and get out. Like, Tanya will wait for, like, this versus I already took my trade, you know? That's why I couldn't trade with Tanya, because there was one time she was waiting for something up here, and I took the trade up, and then I sold early thinking, you know, her trade was going to get tapped in, and mine kind of went into liquidity, and I was like, see, I can't trade with her, but I love Tanya. I always support her. I always support girls in the space, but she's just a little more patient than me, and, you know, I'm just like, why are we waiting for that? Which is good because when you're patient, I'm pretty sure she gets faked out less than me, even though I got rid of my fake outs. But before, I used to get faked out a lot, getting eager to trade. But now I sit on the higher time frames longer, and that helps. But no, I don't trade with Tanya anymore, but I tried. I used to try to trade with people, like, see if I can, you know, take my own trades and then, like, take others, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because you're not confident in the trades. And I was, like, good enough where I knew my own analysis, so it would just, like, why are we taking that? I would not take that. And then I just, yeah. But there's someone else who trades like me. Obviously, we trade differently, but, like, people that most of the time I feel like me and you take the same trades. And then most of the time me and someone else takes the same trades. And I'm like, okay. And that's what's important to people. Like, when I open my Discord, if you don't trade like me, don't join it. It will hinder your process, I promise you. Even if y'all both trade ICT, I'm like, some people will wait for stuff or do stuff that I just would never do, and it doesn't help you in the long run unless you totally switch to how they trade. How much you made today? $18.70 on the eval. $1,870. How much I trade with? Two minis, and I set a bracket. I can show y'all again. Let's go to the sim count and not mess it up. I trade two brackets.
Order
150
filled.
ticks, 150 ticks, 300 ticks. That's it. Keep it cute. I will move it if I have to. Today I did not have to move it. You know what I'm saying? But so two big NQ contracts.
Order filled.
That makes sense. And then when I get funded, I do the same thing but on the minis. So it's like 200. It's like, what is that? 180 bucks. Not even. Like 100. No, it's like $300 days or something. $200 to $300 days. It has helped me. It sucks to take a full loss though, because I'm losing double. I'm used to using just one micro, one, you know, mini, but it's helped me hold trades a little longer, kind of. I have actually been not holding my trades. I've been taking them almost at TP1. I held it today though, but I usually sell both at TP1 or a little bit past it, because it's hard on minis, because like you're already making $1,000 at your TP1. So for a lot of us, like, that's just good. So it's like, why not sell that? But you shouldn't watch your P&L. It's hard. I'm so used to watching my P&L from Top Step because you can't make more than 50% of your trade in one trade. So you have to make sure you don't go over. But with my funded futures, I can get funded in one trade. So, and I'm not even risking that much. So there's no point of watching the P&L. So I didn't watch the P&L today, which was good, but usually I watch the P&L and I'll be up and I'll be like, well, I could do that. So you can trade on TradingView. I thought it was just charting. No, you can trade on TradingView. You can connect your broker. You go down to here and you can connect your broker. Also, if you make a TradingView account, you can easily paper trade. So that's what I said. When people DM me like, oh, how much money do I need to trade? None. Paper trade first. Or, this is what I suggest, only because, like I said, y'all know me. I am very impatient and emotional. So for me, I started with a $100 account on options because I needed to get the feeling of losing and making money first, or I didn't take paper trading seriously. If you can take paper trading seriously from the jump, do it. For me, I did not. I didn't take paper trading seriously until 6 months in, and I've already traded funded accounts, my own money, then break even with my funded account, and then that's when I finally was like, let me just take a break and paper trade for me. But in the beginning, I was paper trading like Monopoly money and just making 10K a day and thinking I can just do that over, over on the real charts, and it's not. But some people can take paper trading seriously from the jump. So if you can do that, I suggest it. But I always just think $100, because you'll take a trade, a $10 trade, a $20 trade, and you'll get used to losing money or making money and get those emotions and those brain chemicals used to it. No, this is futures, not Forex. Forex is ill to me, but Forex is good too if you trade it though. Oh, that's the good thing about Forex. You can use pennies to trade. They have lot sizes that are 10 cents. And you can practice with real money 10 cents, which is good. You can't do that on nothing else. Even though you gotta get a broker or a prop firm to do that, because I tried to do that on Owanda, and I put $100 in an account on Owanda, and it wouldn't let me take 10-cent trades because it was under leverage. And I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was my experience with Forex. Yes, I only trade futures now. I used to trade options. So if I had to pick between two to trade, it'd be options or futures. But yes, I only trade futures now. I did Forex for a few months with the prop firm, but the prop firms are scam. It's just, the only thing about Forex is it's just the whole trading space. So Forex is really for foreigners for some reason. They make it really hard for American citizens to trade Forex, and then opposite with stocks. So if you trade stock options, it's very hard for someone in London, India, Africa to trade options. It's they're all separate by where you live, which I think is so stupid. So for Americans, when I try to get into Forex, all the prop firms are scammy. All the brokers that actually let you turn $100 into $1,000 are offshore brokers and scammy. You have to use Bitcoin to pay for the things, and it's just, I did not like that. I like futures and options are regulated, so you can't yes, the prop firms could be scammy. I think all prop firms have a scam factor to them. However, if I'm trading futures with my own money, if I'm trading options with my own money, it's regulated. It's not gonna just get rug pulled one day. Some options places are actually places you already have stocks and banks and shit with, so it's just more protected. Future seems complicated. They're all the same. They're all complicated. And when you learn how to trade, you can just trade the same concept or strategy with all three. Do you help people with one-on-ones? Yes, I do have a one-on-one link in my bio if you need it. And I promise you, you'll only need one, if that. But you can learn on YouTube as well. But yeah, futures is not complicated. Futures and Forex are the easiest, as far as executing, it's just buy and sell. Now, options, yes, options, there's contracts there's puts and there's calls, which calls is to go up, puts to go down. You have in the money, out the money. Options has more things, but they're all the same. You think it's going up, or you think it's going down. But yeah, the futures is the same. It's just, futures the only thing about futures, the worst part about it, when you get into the minis, which could be the best part about it, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't do same with options. It's not like Forex. You can do a 5.5, a 5.2, a 5.1. You can really scale very intricately with Forex. Versus here, you go from 1 to 2. You already done doubled your risk already. And then 1 to 3, boom, tripled your risk. Then 1 to 4 contracts, you already quadrupled your risk. You see what I'm saying? There's no 1.1 contract. That's what the micros are for, though. So every 10 micros is one mini. So that's why I like to trade micros, because I can go from 1 micro to 2 micro, 2 micro to 3, 3 to 4, and it's just, I'm still doubling, tripling my risk, but it's just not as, I could do fractals of the minis. All right, so I feel that trade, if Tanya's in this, it's going, she's doing her thing. And hopefully we go to TP2. So that's what I said, now we're finally, I maybe would have gotten in this trade, here? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know, because I like this inverse. I'm glad I didn't take it, because I would have been hoping for the buy. But I also would have sold as soon as I seen this white candle. I don't play that. But also this, like I said, I was not sure about this, even though I was more sure on the buys because this is a 1 hour and 4 hour for value gap. This is bread and butter setup from yesterday. I did this. I took an inverse for value gap and then wrote it up. So doing this is scary to me, but that's why I try to take the first setup I see, because sometimes the chart will just stop working after your trade, and then sometimes. There was 1 week where the 4 hour candle gave 2 good trades every day. Like I caught the beginning, like 10 o'clock, we ran down a bunch, and then at 11 and 12, we reversed to run up the rest of the day. Like it was so good. That's why I'm like, that's why I like, because some people are like, no, there's no like something that happens every day, da da da. No, if you trade at 10 o'clock, you're gonna get a setup every day. Now, it might not be I didn't get my reversal trade today, but if you wait till 12, 11, you might not get what you want. Yeah, there are days when 12, 11 goes crazy, but I know for sure 10 o'clock you're going to get something. And then the rest of the day, it might be, it might do what you want, it might not. And that's why I like 10 o'clock. Because yesterday, the 10 o'clock trade, even though we traded sideways the rest of the day, my buy was the trade of the day, and it wound up taking out buy side in the afternoon session. I don't trade afternoon session. I just trade 10 to 12, 10 to 1 if I had to stay on the chart. So it looked like that sell is, I would have been scared out of this wick, but the sell is going to liquidity. It looks like we might get some S&T. One of these should take out liquidity, and then one should not for the reversal for real, but it don't matter. I took my trade already. That's the good part. I take my trade and move on. And that's why I don't wait for stuff like some people do, because I don't know what we're going to do after this. Like, I really thought this would have been a nice buy, but it wasn't. If I had waited for the buy, I would have lost today. But what did I see? A beautiful continuation down because we didn't take out any major points for me on this move, this original move down. Would it be easy for someone who knows nothing to start out making $300 a day? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wish. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You need a paper trade for a long time. But with options, I would say options, like I said, is a little easier as far as emotions for me. Because with options, you only lose the money you pay for a contract. So you can trade options and you don't even need to use a hard stop loss. And no, for futures and forex shares, like, whoa, no, I can never not use a hard stop loss. You literally can't. Futures, you cannot. Because if I lost this trade and it just kept running up, I could lose as much as it keeps running up. And then same with like going down, I can make as much as it's going down. But with options, if you pay $50 for options contract, you can only lose $50, but then you can make an infinite amount of money. So that's why with options, people can make a lot of money because they can. It's kind of like you can YOLO more. Like it's not gambling because you're still using analysis, but you can still like get in a trade and hold it as long as you want, if you want to. So that's why I always suggest starting with options, because the emotions are better, and then you can use $100, $50, $10. You cannot use that with forex and futures. You need at least like $2,000. And even that, I blew through my first $2,000 on futures already. So now I'm sticking to my prop firms for a little bit. How long should I paper trade with options? As long as you feel comfortable and ready to get on the chart. Like I said, it took me like 3 months. So it could take you a year though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why like at first I was very anti-prop firm. Yeah, I think that trade's gonna play out nice. But now I like them because it gives you an in-between of paper and real money. So I'm not risking real money right now. I'm only doing my evals. However, I have the chance of getting a payout. You see what I'm saying? And then some of them are cheaper. So if you do like a $50K account and pay $50 a month, $50 a month is good versus like you'll probably risk $50 a day at least to trade real money. So you either lose $50 a day or $50 a month. So that's why prop firms are like, I still think they easily, even the futures ones, could be scammy and not pay me out. But that's why I also have a live account. And then once I feel good with my funded accounts, I go back to my live and vice versa. And if my live is low, I go back and forth. I have not got a payout yet though, but I can't wait to get one. I feel good again though. I was spiraling for the last month once I got funded, and I just got my groove back. I'm 4 for 4 this week. I need 5 more grand to um, get funded. So it's looking like next week sometime. And then I get a payout, and then I'll probably put some of that payout money into of the live, or maybe another one. I went back to you went back to NQIC. I did. I only went to gold for one day. I just because everything has a learning curve, and I didn't want to sit through the learning curve. I've already sat through the learning curve on NQ. Like, and I was just like, listen, I just had one bad day on NQ, and the price action. NQ heard my cries because the price action has been good all week. I've been 4 for 4 all week. I've not lost one trade a day. 10 o'clock. I mean, I got in early Tuesday. I got in early today. Either way, my entry was the same. No, my entry was higher than if I got in at 10 o'clock. But yeah, sticking to NQ, that's such a beginner thing to do. It's such a beginner thing to do to run once things get hard. Beginners will do that. And that's why I be telling people, even though I'm profitable, even though I'm funded in 9 months, I'm still a beginner. I've only been trading, I just hit a year. So I do things that beginners do. Like, as soon as I take a loss, I want to trade something else. I don't, but I'll bitch about it to y'all on TikTok. Or I'll want to switch to trading at 9:30. Why? 10 a.m.'s been working, you know? But the 9:30 moves have been hidden lately too, though. I usually wait. I still got my money, but 9:30 has been clean. No chitter chatter. Except on Tuesday. Tuesday we had chitter chatter, but we wound up still going down. But it was very like this at 9:30, and then 10 o'clock it finally, went down. Just so. Do that with you. Congrats. I can only trade NQ in Asian. Why? Why? Because you have a job, probably. Because you work. I get it if you work. That's smart to trade in Asian session. I cannot trade Asian. I don't like the movement. I'm sure my bracket would fit just perfectly in Asian session. But yeah, I don't like it. If I had to trade any session overnight, it'd be London. But I don't know. I can't read the price action like I can on the New York. The New Yorker. And that's also why I'm obviously in Mexico, like traveling and stuff, and I want to keep traveling, but I'm ready to get like a desk set up. I'm ready to and I don't want to mess up my time zones because I love my sleep. I don't care about anything else because I love life, but let's be serious. I don't like capitalism at all. So I'm not gonna lose sleep to make money. Like, I don't need it that bad. I'm sorry to say. Call me what you want, but it's not that serious anymore. I'm 30. Like, I cannot be up at 6 a.m. just because I'm in Tokyo trying to enjoy life and want to trade NQ session, morning session. That's not for me. So how long have you been trading? A year. I just passed a year. And I just got funded like a month and a half ago, a month ago. I took 2 months off though, but yeah, I started in October of last year. And I took 2 months off in the summer to go back to work to see if I liked it. Nice, congrats, thank you. It's a lovely journey. It's a lovely journey. So I'm ready to go back to America, sadly, get a house again, get it set up, and then just travel, and then still try to trade while I'm traveling, but then I'm just not living there like I am now in Mexico, where I need to be doing it. It'll just be oh, well, it's vacation. Do I want to trade today? Okay, yes, no. Or maybe I'll switch to the London Silver Bullet or something. But I just know myself. So if I go on vacation somewhere where I can't, at least in Paris and London, it's 3 p.m. So I can do that. I can easily do that. But when it's overnight, I'm But I think in Japan and Tokyo and stuff, we're it's 12 hours before or 11 hours before. So it should be the same time zone, just at night. So it should be it should be like 11 or 9:11 at night or something. So it shouldn't even be that bad either, actually. It shouldn't be that bad. I can't remember. I used to live in Japan as a kid, but I can't remember. I think it was East Coast too, not California. Like 11 hours from East Coast time. Something like that. Because like, I want to do a Discord, and I want to show up every day for my Discord. So I'm probably still going to trade every day. But I just want to make sure like I'm not being a zombie on vacation just to make money when you need to be enjoying the vacation. Whether it's for a break from trading, a break from being a $1 million rapper, whatever. I know we're in this hustle mode, even when we make millions of dollars, but like, you need to enjoy life as well. So, but that's so far away. So far away. Yeah, I don't know about this trade, y'all. I hope if anyone's in it, they're definitely in profit. So, like I said, Tanya's patient, so she's chilling on live right now if she's in that trade. How long did it take you to become profitable? Okay, so it took me 3 months. Honestly, okay. So when I learned ICT, it clicked for me. I was break even the first month, profitable the second 2 months. It was fast. But then I went to prop firms, and the rules were insane and very different from me trading options. And so I was like 6 months break even. And then I got profitable again. 6 months from like, yeah, so like I was good January, February, and then like spring came, and I was just so unprofitable / break even from like March, took June off and May off, and then like July was rough, and then August and September I got my shit back. So I would say 9 months. But I was really profitable really fast, and it really was just the emotions of the prop firms. Like if I didn't trade prop firms, I probably would have been further, maybe. However, I quit my job to move to Mexico, so I didn't want to trade my own money. I wanted to trade like prop firms and stuff. So it's just like the futures prop firm rules are really scary. The Forex ones are better, but like your drawdown trails you in futures, which is the dumbest thing ever, which I fucking hate. I got the hang of it now, but it trails you. Versus like in Forex, if you make 10K, now your drawdown is drawdown plus 10K. But in futures, you can make 10K and your drawdown is still 5. Like if you lose 5, you're fucking out of here. So it's like that shit is just mentally insane. And that's why like I can't wait to, I feel like once I get like 3 payouts, open my Discord, and then make money from YouTube and shit, I'm probably not going to trade the prop firms much longer. I'm going to keep them. If I blow them, then I'm probably done. But also, I have a 150K eval limit now. I have a 50K account, which is ass. It's great, but like 10 trades, if you lose, you're done. Okay, why would you lose 10 trades? I don't know. Your emotions, you're human. You could lose 10 trades. However, or you can take 2 in one day and over leverage. Like there's so many, you can lose it in 2 days, you know? But I think I have a 150K account. I think I might get a 300K Apex, and I'm very conservative once I get funded. Like I use 1 or 2 macros, so I should never blow that account. But like I said, that's why I switched to futures from options, because I want to be able to copy trade my live account, which I do. I copy trade my live account with my prop firms, or sometimes I just trade my live account. Sometimes I just trade my prop firms, depending on, the day. And that's why I switched to futures, because options don't have prop firms to copy trade with. It's either your own money or not. And I thought about just trading prop firms or futures and options with my own money, but I don't know. But yeah, the prop firms are strict, but they're good because, like I said, you can get a payout if you do it, but be mindful and not waste time and not take them seriously, because you can get in the trap of just keep buying evals, keep passing, keep losing with no payouts, and then you're still losing money. So that's why most people with futures have a bunch. Like most people with Forex have 100K account, 200K account, and you can really make a living off that with Forex. If they pay you out, though, that's the problem. They're a little scammy, so they might not pay you out. However, with futures, you really need like 3 or 4 big accounts, or like 20, 50K accounts to really make a good money without over leveraging your account. What's the minimum amount you would need to get started? Depends. Options like $50, $100. Futures like 2,000. Forex, if you were an offshore broker, like 100. But if you want a real broker, like 5,000. So it depends. But don't just start. That's the worst question to ask. Don't just start with your real money. I promise you, paper trade. Because also, the good thing about paper trading, you can learn your lot size and contract size before you get started as well. Like you might not really, because your funded account, most people when they get funded, what do they get? A 50K account. Your drawdown is $2,000. That's why I started my account with $2,000, because it's the same shit. You lose $2,000, you lose your funded account. Same shit. It is scary, yes. I already blew it, so yes. But at the same time, your 50K account, your 150K account is not 150. It's my account is $5,000. I have $5,000 to put that in a live account. It's not 150K. It's your literal drawdown. That's what it is. It's not people. That's why people get so caught up. Oh, I'm 700-figure funded. No, you're really like 50K funded for real, because the drawdowns are tiny and they trail. Versus on my live account, I can make 10K off $5,000, and if I lose 5K, I'm still up 5K, and it doesn't blow, it doesn't go anywhere. So that's why I'm always team live account. Like you need to be either trading your live account with your funded. You need to go back and forth and like get that emotion out of the way. Like yes, it's emotional with your own money, seeing yourself lose real money, but that's the end goal of trading anyway. Some people do trade prop firms forever, I think, but most people go to their live account eventually. So you need to get that out the way. Yeah, facts, not your own capital. But how many of y'all have blown 10 plus more funded accounts? It's about the same price. Not me, because like I said, I'm the queen of not blowing accounts. You know why? If you're trading bad, paper trade. If you're trading bad, don't trade. Get on the chart and put a long and short tool on. I'm the queen of that. I've seen people say I blew 10, 20 accounts. That's too much money, y'all. Like save your money, please. Save your money. If you feel I'm 4 for 4 today. I'm 4 for 4 this week. If I wake up tomorrow and I feel like, damn, I do not feel confident in my trading, I'm gonna come down here to TradingView, click that paper trading, and still show up. But I'm not gonna risk any money. I also have Ninja Trader gives you a paper trading account too. So that's what I do. Like, I don't play that because funded accounts still add up. Damn, I took the same short this morning. Good for you. If I'm doing intraday FX, you think I should start with making 20 pips per day at a minimum target? No, I trade ICT, so I have a set target. I try to target a 1-1 or 1-2, but it depends on wherever my liquidity point is. So for me, if you were in this trade, you should at least take your profit at this low. You didn't have to hold it as far as I did, but so it's different for me. But that could be you. If you just want 20 pips, that's all you need, you know? So you have to tailor it to yourself. Everyone's tailored to their own, you know? So for me, it's swing highs and swing lows. Can you explain ICT, please? Okay. Yes. So ICT is a fuck ton of concepts, and some of them are really hard. But for me, I just trade fair value gaps, which is these gaps in 3 candles, and then liquidity points, which is swing highs and swing lows. That's it. If you keep it simple, that's all you can do. So basically, we ran down a lot and left a giant fair value gap, but we didn't take out any liquidity yet, or maybe we took out this one. We took out this liquidity. Boom, we got a little reversal for your pullback into this fair value gap. So now you want to take a short off this fair value gap if it's respected properly, or if we close above it, you want a long. Simple. Boom. Then once you get in your short after the fair value gap, find a liquidity point you want, and that is this one here. I wanted it to go to the middle of this fair value gap. This is a higher time frame fair value gap, if that makes sense. This is a 1 hour fair value gap. So I knew we were coming down further into it a little bit. Now what you want is a reversal out of the gap, which I thought we were going to get off this IFVG. This was a bearish fair value gap. Like I just explained before, we closed above it. This would have been a sign for me to get buys. I would have maybe lost. However, it looks like it might be playing out now. The most important ICT concept, which is kind of the hardest one, is SMT, which is when ES takes out a low and NQ does not, or vice versa. We did not take out this low yet on NQ, so maybe this is our sign for our reversal. You just gotta watch ICT concepts. That's really all you need from me. That's all I trade. I trade for value gaps to liquidity on all time frames. You know, if you need it, you didn't need that today. But if you were looking at the 1 hour, you would have waited for your buy out of this 1 hour for value gap, and then you might have got faked out. But usually, too, a good trick for yourself is sit on a higher time frame. The 15-minute didn't give you shit to buy yet, versus. I mean, this is a nice hammer, though. Well, we just got faked down and buy it, not gonna lie. But you wait to see when it really starts moving for you, and then you get in your trades. There's fair value gaps on every time frame. 15-minute. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't move straight up. We have a 15-minute gap, and a 1 hour gap, and a 4 hour gap all lined up. We should be going higher. Higher. But yeah, ICT concepts, that's basically what they are. Fair value gaps and liquidity, for the most part, I think is what most people trade. Keep it simple. Time and price align, so I trade at 10 o'clock because a lot of ICT prime concepts happen in that range. And that's really it. That's really it for me. There's breakers and order blocks. I don't really trade them, but today I felt like I marked them, and that's what we did. So today we came up in this breaker, and then came down to this breaker. This was the breaker from yesterday, yes. So we made a high, pulled back, retraced, broke through it, so that's the breaker. So we should be coming back down to the breaker to continue higher, which lined up with a 1 hour for value gap. So on the higher time frame, we should be bouncing out of this gap to go to the liquidity, which on the higher time frame is probably way up here. You can see that on all these charts. Should be going higher, take out this hourly high. On the 4 hour chart, we came down to this 4 hour gap to maybe go to this high up here. That's it. That's how I trade. I keep it simple. I added SMT because a lot of us are reversal traders. ICT reversal is just like the one thing that really made us all like, oh my god, we know how to trade. So SMT helps you know when it's going to reverse, even if it's not like a full market structure shift like this. It could be just like this, SMT, and then I took the sell without getting a full market structure shift, pull back, whatever. So yeah, that's ICT for you. I did not back test last night. I am sorry. I just needed a break. I will back test tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time if you want to join. TikTok has not been pushing my trading content, so I have not been posting it, just so you know. It's been a lot of trending stuff lately, just to get my appeals to go through. They haven't gone through yet, but I don't want to waste the views when I can post them when TikTok's acting right again. But I am recording trade recaps. They're all in my drafts, so you'll see them eventually. Where can I learn about this? YouTube, yes. ICT 2022 mentorship. Or there's so many other people who teach these concepts easier, like T-Trades or Casper SMC or Key Flow Trades or whatever. There's so many. But yeah, you'll go down a rabbit hole, like a conspiracy theorist, basically. But the 2022 mentorship was the one I watched at ICT, and then after that, I just watched like T-Trades of things I need help with. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't force it. If trend lines work better for you, EMAs work better for you. When you do like trend lines, EMAs, then yes, you can do like 20 pips, 50 pips, 10 pips stop loss. Like those you can do like set things. But for if you learn ICT, like your stop loss is always the low before your reversal up or the high before your reversal down. And then your take profit is always the opposing high or low. So say you got in this trade on ICT, it's not a set number of pips. It's just, if you got in this inverse, your stop loss should be the low, or you know, if that's too big, maybe like the body of the candle, and then your take profit should always be a liquidity point. So it's almost 1 to 2. If you want a 1 to 2, take it to the next liquidity point. Boom. Or you can take a partial at the first one, and then take your final TP at the second one, and that's a good risk to reward. And then you'll see if this trade plays out, and it probably will, because we finally reversing out of this gap. This higher time frame for value gap. which lines up on 3 time frames: 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hours. So I don't know why we didn't immediately push up from it, but the market does what it wants to do. So I guess it's finally wants to push now, and it should take out this liquidity here. And that's the good thing about SMT. So if you were in this sell trade, your take profit was not hit, but you needed to know when to sell because ES took that low. So now we're reversing. That's SMT. You can trade reversals strictly of SMT. Actually, that's probably why this reversal didn't go up. This was not SMT. We both took out this breaker, so that wasn't your SMT. So you had to wait for the SMT, and now we finally got it. And once I added SMT, like I rarely lose. Like, just not taking any reversal. Is the 2002 miniature ship by the Inner Circle Trader? Yes, that's ICT. ICT is Inner Circle Trader, sorry. So now this is the buy that you want. This is the buy that you want if you're in it. If you took the sell, you still got a nice move. It was really shaky, but you got a nice move. NQ did not take out the low though, so I hope you sold because you were watching. That's why I watch ES now, because ES took out the low and now they're both reversing. So on NQ, if you took that sell trade, I hope you sold. And now I think we're gonna push up to at least these highs. I don't know if we're gonna go to my highs, but we should. This is, like I said, it's a 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour provided gap are all lined up at this point. So we should be going higher. Yo, what up, Tay? But yeah, the Inner Circle Trader is ICT, Youssef. And for me, I know people love to shit on him. Someone was in my DMs yesterday like, I found this video, he's so exposed, da da da. Listen. Honestly, people who obsess over the guru drama, for me, like, what's the point? What's the point? Are you profitable or not? Me watching every guru get exposed is not going to change my P&L. To me, I need to focus on what's working for me and making money. If every guru who has taught me anything is a fraud, next. If every guru is a racist, next. Like, I block and move on. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to watch every video on ICT being debunked. I'm not going to watch every video of Mamba FX being debunked, because Mamba FX trades retail. So you're gonna say since he's a fraud, trend lines don't work? I don't, like, be serious. All the gurus are actually crashing out on the internet right now, and it's actually scary. But just trade what works for you, and it's been working for me. I was profitable, and it's funny. It was in a live trade yesterday. Someone said that. Now I get if I was losing. If I was losing every day, yes, then yes, put me on something. But also put me on a strat, not, oh, look at this guru get exposed. Like, that's just a waste of my time. When did you start doing this, and are you doing it full-time or part-time? I started a year ago. And yes, I quit my job for this. I quit my job before I started trading though. I was dropshipping at the time, and then I quit dropshipping for this. So yes. And it takes time to learn the skill. I just got funded a month ago. I haven't had payouts. I haven't made money yet. Oh, I made money initially with my options trading account, flipping, like, trading $100 and like getting the bearings and growing that account. And then I went to prop firms, and it's been a wild ride. I just got funded with prop firms. I'm getting one more prop firm account now, and then I'll be trading for a payout after that. I think the 150K, like the 50K account is so small. Like that guy said, oh, $2,000 is nothing. Like, why would you trade your own account? Just get 50K account. I'm like, it's the same thing. So it's like your 50K account could be gone in a blink, dude. Gone in a fucking blink. So I'm like, now I'm working on a 150K account. I'm gonna get a 300K account next, and then but after like a payout or while copy trading, and then after that we'll do the things. Yes, respect. Thank you for trying to help me, but it's just like the guru drama. It doesn't help me at all. I'm trading, making money, and that's it. P&L. Again, ICT could be a fraud, but like I said, I trade his concepts, and they've made me instantly profitable faster than like 90% of the trading community. So, and every time I see a new trader come out, like trading, they're trading ICT and they're killing it. So, do that what you will. Also, not saying everyone does this, but if people make millions of dollars trading and they finally want to just teach, I don't think that's wrong. Trading is fucking hard. Now, if they never traded and never really made money and they teach, I think that's wrong. And they're charging for it, obviously, because I kind of teach, but I don't charge anything. But if people make millions of dollars and they want to just teach, but they have actually done it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, people bully people, like, oh, you don't even trade no more, you don't even drop ship anymore, you just teach. Well, yeah, y'all want to learn, and I still did it. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. I know that's what they call like gurus and shit, but right, you can show results, exactly. Because like I said, like, especially because like I made a course for investing because I've been an investor. I didn't really care about social media at the time, so I didn't post my journey on that. But I was making money investing. I bought my house, like rental properties, and all my friends were like, put me on, put me on. And I have a lot of friends, and it's like I had to make a course. I'm not spending hours with my friends because they're gonna want to drink, they're gonna want to talk, they're gonna watch TV, they're gonna want to play Wii, and we're gonna want to talk about boys and all this shit. And then when it's time to fucking do stocks, now 5 hours of my time have gone by. So I made a course because it's like it's just realistic. If 30,000 people are messaging TJR every day about a course or to teach him, how is he gonna teach 30,000 people without a course? Like it's just common sense. I get it. People are mad people selling courses, but it's like they can't help a bunch of people. And two, I've said this many times again, a lot of courses, Discords, my Discord, I want to be legit and for real traders. However, a lot of these things are for people who really don't take shit seriously and just want to pay their way through things. And it's okay because I've been that person. I thought I could pay my way to like dropshipping faster and like all this shit faster, and it was literally a waste of money. But some people really still think that, or some people really take Discord seriously and courses seriously and actually make money from them. It just depends. So it's like it's a niche for people, and if some people want to waste their money away to learn stuff and not take it seriously, that's fine. Also, my friends were not taking shit seriously when I would just go to their house and talk about this shit. If they had to pay for it, they took it a little more seriously, but still not that serious. Because my course was like $10. It was like a joke. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just levels to it. Because your time, now that I do this, like, your time is so precious. And that's why I don't think I'll ever do a mentorship. Because you have to be hands-on in a mentorship unless you do a group mentorship. But then again, you still have to put a lot of your time. Like, I do one-on-ones, but even when I have a one-on-one, I'm like, this is just like, or like, say you're rich, like, you know, you made it in trading, and now you have like 3 one-on-one calls in a day while you're trying to go golfing. It's just like, it just stops your day. Yes, it makes you money, but it really stops your day. And that's why mentors charge a lot, because it's their time. And I get it, you don't want to pay a lot for an hour, so don't. But I don't get why people charge it too, because I want to go to Dubai and I gotta stop and do it when I want, you know. So it makes sense. My course is like $10 or $25 now, but you don't even need it. You don't even need it. Wait for my Discord to be open, and I'm dropping all the sauce in there for $30 a month. Or I mean, if you want it, I think it's on. I took my website down just for a second, and I think I still have it on Gumroad. I'll check, and I can let you know. But I mean, if you want it, you can have it. But yes, I had an investing course, and I had a stock trading course because I used to trade stocks before I started day trading, of how you can like catch, you know, stocks. Because stocks are different. Stocks, you really have to buy low, sell high. There is no trading the downside. There's no trading the upside. So I had a stock course that was like 25, and an investing course that was like 15. So yeah, so that's what it was. And it was just like, you know, how to invest, pay off debt, things you invest in, how to start with $0. I think I made some TikTok videos about it too. And then my stock course was, you know, like, you look at sectors of stocks. Like, I was trading just gas stocks, and then I flipped like 7K into like 30K, and then that's when my friends were like, you should day trade. The worst decision, just kidding, you know. Because with stocks, at least, if I'm wrong, I just hold it till it goes back up, whether it's a year later, 2 years later, or it's just added to my investment portfolio. So it's like no risk. You buy it low, and you can't maybe sell it for a year later, but at least I would sell them all once they're back break even or back in profit, like $5. So I was not losing. But I flipped like, what was COVID? Like 6 months I was home with my parents. I turned like $7,000 into like 30, and then made like another 30 on Doge, and then I went back to work though, because I was like, fuck, there's a lot of money though, I should keep doing this, but I was like, it's not a lot enough to like live off of in LA, which it was, because, well, it wasn't, because with stocks and stuff, you make that money, but then you gotta like take it out and spend it. It's not like weekly, so to make sure you manage it. And at the time, I had just started making 6 figures at my job, so I just went back to my job, which I wish I didn't now in hindsight, but I'm glad I did because I love my job. I went back after COVID and made like 150, 60, 160K a year, and then I got to work with like so many celebrities I wanted. I can't remember. I thought I worked with Lady Gaga and Kanye even before COVID, so I really could quit. No, maybe Kanye was after COVID. Coachella Kanye was after COVID. I think it was after COVID. No, it was before COVID. Actually, I could have fucking quit at COVID. And then I did not get to work with Beyonce, sadly. I retired, and one of my bosses, because I was a stylist assistant, I didn't like being a full stylist. It's too much work. My stylist that I worked with just took Beyonce on as a client, like 2 weeks after I retired. I was really hurt about that one, but I also, working with celebrities is also hard. Even when they're nice, it's just hard. It's a lot of hours in film. I know people glorize film, and it's the best job in the world. If the training doesn't work out, I'm going right back. However, you work so many hours for y'all to just binge watch these shows in 2 days, me included. 160K a year, why'd you quit? I just said it. The hours are long. The hours are, people be like, oh, you make that. Yeah, but you're working 12, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. And I want to trade. Trading, I can make $1 million in a year. I can make $2 million in a year. I cannot do that in my job unless I become La Roche. And I don't want to be a famous stylist. I used to want to be a famous stylist. And I worked for a guy who wasn't famous, but he does like, we did Keke Palmer, T-Pain, all these people, and he just bought like $1 billion house in LA. He has an office. Like, he's not a La Roche, but he makes a lot of money. But he also works so much. I love him. I used to want to be like, I literally loved him. I wanted to be him so bad. And he's such a nice boss, and he works so much that I don't even think he's had like a boyfriend and like forever. Even like La Roche, even though I've said this, and my fiance has said this. Like, we're both at points like if we don't work out, like we would just be alone. Like I could be alone too. I could be a workaholic and not date again. So, if that's the case, I could go back to work. Because people were asking me too before I quit. They were like, oh, like, because like they're now with social media, they're like, can you build a portfolio? But I'd already switched all my social media to Wealth Building Rockstar. Like, since my friends were asking me about investing, and I had a course, like I switched everything to like a finance page. So when people were trying to book me as a stylist, they're like, "What? Your page, you don't do anything." And I was like, "You're right. I don't care. Next person." You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, the hours are long. Like, my sister was like, "I'm gonna do what you do." I took her on set on a music video, and she was like, "Never again." It's a lot of hours, especially with celebrities. I think with Kanye West, I slept 2 hours. With Miley Cyrus, I don't even think I slept when I did that Miley Cyrus live show. But they're so nice. I didn't work with any crazy crazy celebrities. But it's just like, when you work with Kanye, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, like, they have to outdo their last work. So they're just overthinking everything, and they're trying everything, and you're just sleeping in their house, and you don't go home, and it's worth it, but it's just like full time, absolutely fucking not. Realistically, how long did it take you to learn all of this and start turning profitable? 3 months, realistically, for me. Again, listen, everyone's different. However, for me, okay, so basically when I traded in 2020, I'll add those 3 months. Didn't learn a goddamn thing. Trying to watch options videos, learning support resistance, supply and demand. I knew how to chart support and resistance so well, but I didn't have the patience. And back in 2020, people would tell you to watch all like 4 stocks at a time, because I was trading options. They're like, watch Apple, watch AMD, and I would chart Apple perfectly, and then go to Microsoft, and then come back. Apple moved, and I was watching Microsoft. So I wasn't really catching things, but I was charting very well. So I don't know if I just have an eye for trading, but I was already charting so well, and just never catching the moves though, because just not being patient enough to catch them. So then once I discovered ICT and TJR, like, it just clicked. Like, seeing, oh, a market structure shift is this, a reversal is this, stop loss here, like, it just made sense to me. So I immediately was break even. Like, I was never a loser trader, except for that 1 month I spiraled. I've always just been break even or profitable. So for me, I got it really fast. But it depends on you because ICT might not even be your thing. So that's why it sucks telling people ICT or telling people anything in trading because you have to find your own strategy, you know? So that's the hard part. ICT literally clicked for me like it was like the holy grail. But then I went break even for like 6 months with the prop firms because the rules. Trying to like get funded too fast or like, I don't know what I was doing. A lot. But also take a year to do that. Even me being profitable in the prop firms, I just got funded in like 9-10 months. Look at my buy, y'all, that I called live. I didn't take it because my rules are one trade a day. But I should have took this trade. But one trade a day. I'll keep it cute. Because if I wasn't on live, I wouldn't even be on here. I'd be in my bed watching TV. But and Q just took out this high, like I called. But hopefully, oh no, I wanted the high from my reversal. But you have to be realistic with yourself and just take the time. But I think you can learn trading in 6 months to a year for sure. With all the information on TikTok now, you definitely can learn it fast. But you have to like be obsessed with it also. I was obsessed with it for a long time. Now that I have a groove, it's better. Like I don't have to like obsess over it as much as I did in the beginning. But just find something that clicks for you, man. Hopefully it's ICT, because then you can just join my lives and join so many lives. There's so many ICT traders. But if it's not, there's still a bunch of traders who don't trade ICT, you know. But I know a lot of traders who don't trade ICT, but they add fair value gaps and liquidity in their strategies, which is ICT. So, right, I would have been off the chart. Do you take a trade today? I took this one. Yeah, this was crazy because the up move should have been. I thought the up move was gonna happen way after that, but I realized there was no SMT here. That's why we said when I said added SMT and only trading reversals of SMT, this is the one you want. But even though it should move way faster, like the one yesterday. You know, like this is thank you for the glitter badge. Like this was the trade yesterday that I took. Just just nothing. Like inverse value gap at 10 o'clock after we ran down. Luckily, I took this trade first. But if I would have waited for this is why I don't wait. Because I'm like, you just never know. You gotta get the one that's there. If you wait that day, the price action might want to just, which is fine. My trade yesterday took out the highs at like 3 p.m. But I don't sit on the chart that long, so I just sold at the fair value gap on the upside. But if I would have held it, you know, great trade. But to me, I don't need to hold trades for hours. So there's that. But yeah, so yeah, I quit my job for this. And that's why I did dropshipping, because dropshipping I could do with my job. I can get off work, make ads, run the ads while I'm at work. And then on the weekend, you know, work all day. But with trading, I cannot trade on my job. Like, I can't be, like, in a trade. And then Kanye's like, shoes. And I'm like, And then, like, I tried to trade at work, and it was actually terrible. You know, like, I need the shoes on. I need a belt. You know, why are you on your phone? Steam my clothes. Like, cannot be trading at work. Because the guy who put me on trading, too, was someone I worked with. But he worked in catering. He was the caterer's son on set. So I would see him at breakfast and see him at lunch. He's like, yeah, I would trade while I chop onions. Well, good for you, dude. I cannot trade while I'm getting someone dressed. I wish. Or I would have stayed on, but at least in Cali too, I could trade at 10 a.m. and 7 a.m. So if I became like a shopper again, because malls don't open till, well, some malls open at, no, malls don't open till like 9:30, 10. So I could still trade at 7 and usually be at work when the mall opens and just shop and then go home. So I thought about that. If I ever need to go back, if I really have to go back to work, I would just try to be a shopper on a TV show. And it's like, and hopefully that would be ideal. And I can still trade. Or I have to go back to production and not costuming, because production, you're already on your computer, like it's like an office job. You're the one hiring all the people, getting the contracts for like the shoots. So you can kind of trade while you do production, but sometimes you also cannot, because you're still getting yelled at by producers and agency and stuff. So I'd rather be yelled at by Beyonce and Kanye than some just like fat white producer who don't give a shit about me. Well, neither does Beyonce and Kanye West, actually. So I actually rather not get yelled at all. Being in film, you do get abused sometimes. You will get used and abused by people with money and power and an ego sometimes. But luckily for me, that rarely happened to me. I worked with really nice people. I got yelled at maybe a few times. I may have made some mistakes, but by the end, I started yelling back at people, and I knew it was time for me to retire. Because usually with me, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. Do this, you're doing this wrong, and I'd be like, okay, cool. But after a while, at the end, I was like, you're actually fucking wrong, and you're not going to talk to me this way, and you need to shut the fuck up. And I'd be like, okay, it's time for me to quit my job. It's time for me to quit my job, y'all. I don't know if you saw my question earlier. Have you had Einstein bagels before? Yes. Why? I used to be heavy on SMTs as soon as I let up. Same. No, remember how I hated SMTs, and now I brought them back, and I have not been losing, because it's like, especially because like it helps for our continuation plays. I realized like every reversal almost is SMT. So I hate continuation plays. Tay, you've seen the journey, but we went higher into this breaker on ES, and then in Q the breaker was up here, so that was SMT. Like we didn't come into the breaker on NQ, so that was my sign to get in a sell, and I just waited for the one displacement candle to the downside, and then I got in after that. Versus on ES, we did take out the breaker low. So that's why I was like, SMT is just everywhere, and it'll help you with continuation plays, not just waiting for the reversal like we're about to get now. It'll help you like actually take out continuations or whatever. I don't know if you saw a question earlier, but have you had Einstein bagels before? But yeah, trading is great. Don't quit your job for it if you have an easy job. I even said that in film too. Like I would love to get like an easy government job, cause my dad was in the military, so he loves trying to help us get like government jobs, cause he has one. And that's also why I moved into DC, which is funny because another one of my customer friends who I worked with, she's from DC. I'm not from DC, but I did go to high school up there, so it's not like foreign to me, because again, military brat. And she's leaving costumes in LA, I think, to go back to DC as well. Because she has 2-3 kids now. You can't do that in LA unless you like want to move up and be like a La Roche, but then now you have no personal time, because Zendaya is always on some red carpet. You're always busy, but he makes a lot of money, so it's worth it in a sense. But you're always busy. And costume is a very physical, demanding work, which is funny because, we live in a society with misogyny, let's be serious. And you would think, me included, and I'm a 6-foot girl, so it wasn't as bad for me, but I was thinking, I'm enjoying costumes, it's gonna be a breeze, and we're lugging clothes, like racks of clothes. Racks were falling over in the fucking wind, and I'm like picking up 80 pounds of clothes. Like, I was like, this shit is a workout. Like, don't piss me off. Like, we need more men in costumes. Like, please. What is your routine when you trade? Like, what time do you, again, that's why I'm glad people found me, because people lie about trading. You have to simplify it or you're going to have a brain aneurysm. I wake up at 7:30 my time, so 9:30 market opens when I wake up. I go take my morning poop, I brush my teeth, and I get on the chart at 9:45. That's it. I don't really do analysis because for me, they be lying like shit. I am tall. I'm very tall. So I trade just what's on the screen for me. Like I was telling that about, I was in Kui Thao's comments yesterday, and this guy said he didn't take a trade yesterday because his analysis, and he was talking about his analysis, and I was like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. What is the market doing right when you get on the chart? Because you see people do that on my backtesting sessions. Like, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? What do you think? I don't know, because so much happens while I'm asleep. All this happens while I'm asleep. If I could say, oh yeah, we're going up tomorrow, but we went up in London, now that we're in New York, you're going to be like, oh, I thought we were going up. Well, we already did, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, or, like I said, a lot of people sit on the chart all day, so they're going to wait for this up move, and they're getting it now. They're getting the up move like I called. However, for me, I just get on the chart at 10 and I trade the first setup I see and get off. That's what I trade. So if we're continuing, I trade a continue. If we reverse, I trade reverse. I wait for all my confluences, obviously. But for me, I get on, I don't do like a pre-market analysis 30 minutes before. And sometimes I get on right at 10 o'clock, like 9:55. Like 5 minutes before, because then it doesn't take me long to analyze. I say, oh, where are we? Where are we going to reverse from? Where are we going to? And that's all I do. I don't do a whole deep analysis, I promise. I'm like, oh, we ran down already. Well, if our value gap here, this is not enough for me to play the upside. Let me wait for a displacement candle because we didn't take out just to this low if I wanted it. I took it just for 1 to 2 and I got it. And now I just do 1 to 2. I don't even get greedy. I sold a little early for my 1 to 2 though, but I just do a 1 to 2, whatever that looks like. And obviously it varies from where my stop loss is or whatever, but that's it. I don't really do much. I do sit on a higher time frame though, like you want to see where we're going, and I mark the breaker on both with the fair value gap. And then at the time we were like, what? Yeah, we were not there yet, and we almost came down. We didn't hit the breaker or the fair value gap, or no, we tapped the fair value gap. So we bounced, and then I got in again because I wanted us to hit that breaker. And I'm glad I did because I already got faked out today. This is the first fake out in the 3 minute I've seen. I mean, if my stop loss actually it was the low, like it should be, out of the reversal, I would not have been stopped out. I wouldn't have waited for this long ass candle though. I would have gotten in like that, stop loss below the low, maybe give it a tick or two if you wanted it. And then now we want a 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.5. I mean, I don't think we're going up here. So maybe I would have the top of this candle. So if I wouldn't have been stopped out. I would have still been in this trade and would have pissed me off. But if you were on ES on that reversal, you would have been stopped out. See what I'm saying? That's why I see why people don't use hard stop losses. Because if you trade ICT, you know SMT, and you don't know which one it's going to be. It could have easily been NQ, but it was ES, and ES honestly went below by a lot of ticks actually. So you'd have been stopped out, and then it stopped you out just to go your way. Criminal work, because we do get an IFEG. So today would have been a bad day, and I take one trade, so I'd have been pissed. Because we're in a 1 hour, 4 hour, and 15-minute fair value gap. 3 fair value gaps line up bullish. Why didn't we just go up right after? But it don't matter. I took my 10 a.m. trade. But yeah, they do lie. But again, if you need that, if you need to get on 30 minutes before and you need to decompress and all that stuff, do it. I used to try to do that. I used to try to meditate first and all the things. But at that point, I was back in California, and it was 6:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. because I used to trade 9:30 open back then. It was too much for me. But yeah, I get on like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before, sometimes 5 minutes before. 5 minutes before the latest, though. Not getting on right at 10 o'clock, absolutely not. But get on at 5 minutes, sit on the higher time frame, do my little analysis, and then wait. Because honestly, 9:45 has been a little early. I've just been sitting here chilling, flipping through TikTok after I mark my stuff. And also I use indicators, so I don't have to mark that much. I have a fair value gap indicator, and then I have my sessions indicator, so I don't really mark much. It's already marked for me. And half the time I get on the chart and it's like SMT, and then we just tank, or SMT, and then we just buy. I love days like that. That actually happened the last 2 days. You just look at ES, you zoom out, and like one's higher than the other, and then we had no SMT until this. So that's a good confluence to add. Don't take a reversal unless it's SMT, because even here, they both hit the breaker on the downside, ES and NQ. They both were above London. They didn't hit the breaker on this. That's why that's my SMT to go down. But now we finally got SMT to go higher. So if you just trade SMT, you should not get faked out as much as well. But that IFEG, but we did have SMT last time on IFEG yesterday. So it's not the same trade. Because NQ took out this low and ES didn't. So yeah, wait for SMT, the prime example of why you should. And then get your reversal after. Because this is technically a reversal, inverse fair value gap. Out of a key area. But what were we missing? SMT. We missed the SMT for us to actually push to the upside. So yeah, but also a lot of these trades, when they're even if they're good, the ones after 11, the noon, they're so long. Like, look how quick mine was, and then look how we're just getting on up there. Yeah, it might be a bigger trade and you make more money, but for me, I like the faster ones. especially now that I have a bracket, keep it cute. My bracket might have already been hit already on the upside. I got a nice streak going right now. I do. I'm back like I used to be. Because when you're reactionary, you don't really lose. Now, yes, if you reacted to the IFVG like I said and didn't wait for SMT, which is valid to me, you might have lost, especially if it was on ES. You still didn't get stopped out in NQ though. You really didn't. It almost stopped you out. That's why you always have your stop loss at the low. However, if you're reactive, you will lose way less. I don't even lose often. I just lose and then I spiral and go immediately to paper trading. Because I don't like losing at all. I'm bringing them back. Yeah, remember how I was like anti-SMT? I just hate switching time frames, but you just have to do it. And then I got this lovely indicator here. That's how I knew we were going to be at a fair value gap. Or, well, okay. This moves in real time. So if you rewind this video, because it's going to be posted on YouTube, this was a fair value gap marked in yellow. But since we've already moved 2 hours, the fair value gap is gone. But this was a fair value gap. So we knew, like, you can see where we are on the higher time frames without flipping through it. But on the 4 hour, since it's a longer time frame, you see the fair value gap still there. So the fair value gap is there, and we came out of it. The fair value gap is here, and you can see it too. You can see this candle, and there's just a space, and then we came out of it as well. So that's why it's like, now that I have this indicator on, and then I have the higher time frame PO3 on ES only, which I don't even use anymore because I think this one's better. Because it's printing in real time for you still, but it's showing you more candles of the story. Johnny put me on that. So then you can really wait for your SMT, and then you can still see it. Like, I just use ES to see it. I don't even trade ES. I don't even really give a shit about it. Any change is necessary sometimes. Right. Oh, a change is necessary sometimes. Exactly. Because once you really look at SMT, you're like, almost every reversal is SMT. Like 90% of them, even if it's an internal one. Like, one's just ahead on the day, and then they just zigzag to SMT heaven. But that's only the scary part too with shit like that, is because like NQ took out this high, ES has not yet. So it's like, oh, are we gonna go back down from here? Like, that's when it gets a little scary, because then you start seeing SMT too much and you don't hold your trades. But luckily, again, 3 higher time frame for value gaps, we should go a little higher. Again, if not, you still take it to liquidity if you want it and move on. That's why sometimes I just take profit at TP1. It's $1,000 for me with 2 contracts, and it's great. But yeah, I've been on a great winning streak, and I've been really patient. I've been taking ashwagandha every day, so I'm really calm. Just so nice. And then, yeah, I'm just being patient, you know? I'm like, I don't want to waste any time. Like, I know what I'm doing. It feels good. Like, losses come with it, but, like, you'll lose less if you just wait for shit. The market tells you exactly where it wants to go. And I think it's just better because I'm using bigger contracts, too. So it's like, any little move is, like, $500. That's a good enough amount. Any move is $1,000. Take it. Move on. But, yeah. Trading like I used to. I think I'm finally trading like I should be the rest of my life. Alright, I think we're good on the live. I think we've been on live for a good bit, y'all. And I'm going live again tonight at 8 o'clock. And we'll back test all of this. So you'll learn all these skills. So Yusuf, if you want to join, I back test every night at 8 o'clock. I did not back test last night. There are a few nights I might take a break. I usually put a warning, but TikTok is not pushing my content. And that's honestly why I took a break, because I didn't think TikTok was pushing my content. Like, I went live not last night, but the night before at 8 o'clock, and no one was in it. I know none of y'all got notified, but like TikTok was like shadow banning me or whatever. So it was like so boring. I did it for like 20 minutes. People were on it on YouTube, but the YouTube people don't talk. I don't know if they speak English or not. I don't know, but they just don't talk in the chat. Sorry, YouTube people, if you're on there now, but y'all don't. So I went on live yesterday morning to see if it worked, and it did, but it was slow. I was on the live for 10 minutes, no one was in it, and then y'all picked up. So I'm glad it works again, so I will go live tonight. I just don't want to waste my time if it's not getting pushed. And that's the good thing about trading. Unlike a lot of other businesses, you don't have to depend on social media. So I don't have to depend and do lives every day. I want to do them, but at the same time, I actually like trading and making money with trading, so I don't have to like actually post every day. But tonight, 8 p.m., we're gonna backtest all these concepts: ICT, SMT, reversals, trading at 10 o'clock, looking at higher time frames, all the things. And the good part about backtesting is I don't have all of my indicators. I have to really do this with my eyes, which I actually don't like about it because, you know me, I have indicators and I'm like, it does all the work for me, like 60% of it. Versus when I backtest, I have to draw my, my own fair value gaps. Obviously, I have to draw my own S&T, but then at least I do have a sessions indicator on, which is the main one. So do we get SMT here? Yeah, that was our SMT. See, so I lied. This is the same chart. I'm like, these look like the same points. This is my gold versus gold versus NQ futures though. I need to go back to putting the ES one, and then we'll do SMT and we'll learn all the things. So I do that every night. If you're new here, you can join. We can go over this trade tonight. I'm not gonna sit and let it play out, but if it does play out, we'll explain why it did, and we know why, because y'all just seen it, the SMT reversal, gotta wait, it'll get your fake outs out of here. And you can see that on higher time frames, which is the best part, because this looks crazy. Your IFVG, you would have got in on the 3-minute chart. If you sat on the 15-minute chart, no entry, and then you would have waited for your SMT, which is usually what I do. Yeah, so you would have got your SMT, boom, reverse. Oh, so yeah. Why you don't use the bar replay on TradingView? Absolutely not. Because when I tried it, when I went back like a month, all the candles were gone. Like the candles were gone. Like we were in. Let me see. What was March? I don't even know the codes. I don't know the codes anyway. I used to know the codes, but it was like the farther you go back, the candles are like non-existent. Like. So you'll have like 3 candles and then space, and then 2 candles and space. Someone told me there's a way to figure it out, like with a glitch, but I'd rather just do it on IFX replay, in my opinion. So no, I don't do it on TradingView. So yeah, I spend more money a month doing it, which sucks. But I can never figure out how to do it. Like I can go back 5 years on this, and then all the candles show beautifully in real time, versus when I went back, like I think I went back only like 6 months on TradingView, and half of these were like disappearing, and it was just, and then with my indicators on, it was so many big ass gaps that were not really there. So a girl in my life told me there's a cheat for it, but I don't remember what she said. But yeah, I think I was backtesting higher time frame analysis with NQ, like how to look at like the 30-minute and the 1 hour and the 4 hours, what I was doing without the S&T, just like looking at the higher time frame charts and how to analyze where we're going. But we'll backtest tonight. Join me 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is in 8 hours. And we'll go over the trades again, even though some of y'all are already on the live, so you knew the trades we took. But we'll go over this one, see how far, if it hits up here for my 1 to 2, or did it hit there. Again, if we waited for the S&T though, our stop loss wouldn't have been that long, and we could have taken okay. So if we waited for the S&T, I mean, it's not much better actually. The stop loss would be the low that almost stopped us out, basically. So it'd still be pretty big. The low is low. Or you can do the body if you want. Honestly, once it moves up a little bit, I might move it just below the fair value gap. Something like that. And then you'll get a 1 to 2 way faster. Because you want at least a 1 to 2. But you just want to make sure you don't get stopped out. And you can move it after. So we'll see if it hits, that's right above this line, which it's definitely going to this liquidity point. We already took out this one. That's the next one. I don't think we're going to the daily highs, but we might. It did it yesterday. It just took, all day. But yeah, see y'all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you had a good trading day. I'm 4 for 4 for the week. I only need 5 more grand to pass and be 200K in funding.